vision, king of the rappers.
What's going on, gang? It's Murata Music with 3-Piece TCG, Big Beard Pirates TCG, and 2D. I'm bringing you the guide that will help you figure out which Ploffy package is best for you. All right, so let's smash that like button, finger pop that subscribe, turn on the bell, and go down in the comments. Let me know, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What would you be doing differently? Actually, comment down below which one you're feeling the most. What's your play style? I'm very interested in knowing that. Obviously, you guys see the gorgeous design of this card. Where can I get it? Follow the link in the description. It'll take you to K Design's Etsy page. Use the code 3-Piece TCG and get 25% off your entire order. Throw it all in the bag, Jack. Get this one, this one, this one, this one. I mean, come on. Also, link to my music is DistroKid. And again, gang, the memberships are live. All right, so do come by. We've been having a blast. For all of my members, we already got enough for more emojis. So if y'all want some, if y'all have any emojis in particular, or gifts, even whatever, or even ideas, I can turn them into gifts. Comment that in the Discord. You know, let me know. Give me that example, and then I'll go ahead and go from there. Anyhow, enough of the silly business. We have over here at 3-Piece TCG have stumbled upon the sauce. Okay, it's, in my opinion, and for a lot of us, it feels like it's given more life back into these leaders that, especially when we talk about Purple Luffy, Mono Purple Luffy, had just become so cut and dry. You either see Luffy Taro on turn 3 or you don't. You know what I mean? It's like you either get to play that card out or you bust, right? So it's brought new life back into these decks, a lot more creativity, a lot more freedom of expression, and I don't know about y'all, but that's my favorite part of deck building, and in a lot of ways playing a card game. You know, when it gets so like cookie cutter, you might as well be buying those, like, you know, I don't know, like that Marvel game, which I'm sure is fun. I haven't got to try it, but I mean, there is no deck building. It's just RNG. You either see those cards or not, right? Anyhow, so we're entering in a new age, and it's wild that, you know, I've been able to find this, and it's been floating around in, you know, the East for 3 months, and it never got put together. So it's crazy, right? So we're having a lot of fun, and but you know, I've been getting questions about, you know, which deck do I like the most? What do I think about this deck list, and etc. So I figured I'd go over some things and some whys with you guys. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start off with Red Purple Luffy, since Red Purple Luffy was the genesis of this whole idea. Typically, I would have taken ideas from Purple Luffy and said, well, why doesn't it work for Red Purple Luffy? But in this case, I actually did the opposite. I worked my way from Red Purple Luffy back. And now, Red Purple Luffy, I'm going to give the title of the strongest. Red Purple Luffy is the strongest user of the Ploffy package, okay? The Rosi Ploffy, you know, RP, right? The Rosi Ploffy package is the strongest. However, it does have its weaknesses, right? Okay, the reason why I'm giving it the title of the strongest and nothing else is because, yeah, it is the strongest leader. I mean, it's a 6K leader, and when you make it into the... Hey, if y'all guys are both at 3 life, you're a 6K leader with 3 life. You get what I'm saying? So if you take them out in the deep waters, y'all both at 2 life, you're a 6K leader with 2 life, right? Cool. But it's not the most consistent, because while this leader does ramp once you hit 8, it does rely on event cards to ramp. And these event cards, though some of them very valuable, like God's Thread, these event cards, they become dead late game, which is fine. We've got, you know, Rosinante for that. We use Gum Gum Giant for that. But if you find yourself with more of these cards than you know what to do with, and or you don't see them when you need, you know, you can either find yourself with a bricked up hand, or you can find yourself in a position where you're not ramping and you're just a 3 life leader that they're swinging into, right? So, you know, and also this leader in particular, this color scheme, the red purple, is the one that I'm still doing the most with. I'm still spending the most time with and still learning, and or I would, you know, we've learned it, but I mean, like, we're still cooking with this one. There's still so much spice to cook with this one, right? Now we take it over to our purple leader. Well, any more words I want to say on this one? Not for now. Let's go over to our purple Ploffy. So I had it sang, and then I changed it. Well, it's Sangoros because sang sounds like it's something else. I don't know. But anyhow, wait, load it up. There we go. So now we've got our Sangoro Ploffy package, right? And this one I will be giving the title of most consistent. I'm gonna put it right here somewhere. Most consistent. So yeah, this leader is terrifyingly consistent. Why? It has a lot to do with the ratios. It has a lot to do with what we're running, what we're doing, right? So a couple of the problems that I was running into with this leader initially was card draw. Sometimes I just didn't feel like I had enough cards, right? And playing out Sangoro on our turn 2 has really helped with that. We go second, we play out Sangoro, and then, you know, the next turn after that, we take another life, etc., blah, blah, blah. But, you know, before we played our Doflamingo, we swing with Sangoro, we just drew a card. And then if we have Rosinante played next and we get rid of a God Thread or something we don't need or something we know we can bring back with a pink, we just drew 2 more cards, right? And it gets Nutter Butter Peanut Butters for sure, okay? So, believe it or not, though, the card that in this list that I'm still smoking over, I'm thinking about maybe a Big Mom, thinking about something. I just, you know, my last tournament, 5-round tournament, didn't play Monkey Luffy once. Sue me, you know what I mean? Like, just never played him. And I'm starting to wonder. I'm thinking I've been testing Onami out, and Onami's a great 9-Dawn play. Because depending on your hand, you know, once you're done swinging and doing all your things you're going to do, play out Onami, get rid of a card, draw 2 cards, play out Rosinante, get rid of a card, draw 2 cards. Big city hooping. Big city hooping. It's really been working. I've been experimenting with it into Red Purple Luffy as well. And, you know, for everybody stealing my shit, you know, that'll be another giveaway that, you know, you've been... That'll be another giveaway, the Namis. But anyways, yeah, so the most consistent, and if I had to take it to a tournament, if I had to take one of them to a tournament, you know, it's going to be hard. It'd be a hard decision because this is so consistent that you almost know what you're going to do every game. And in a RNG game, like any card game, consistency is king, right? So let's go ahead and take it over to our Mlack Purple Luffy. Okay, so we got the Mlack Ploffy, right? Now this is the latest list, and I was just talking to my buddy Win-Win Situation about this one, and this one has this I shall title the spiciest. The spiciest. Yes, the spiciest list. Why? Because it has its own, while you can argue, Red Purple and Purple Luffy are essentially going after the same bag. You know what I mean? Their deck list is trying to accomplish the same thing, and that, you know, they just get wide, blah, 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 etc. Black Purple Luffy has its own agenda. It has its own identity separate from the rest. Yes, the Ploffy is still very much alive in Black Ploffy. However, this card really shine. We've got 3 big pill poppers, and they make all the difference. They really do. So in this one, you're going first if you can, right? You're ramping with Zoro. You go from odds to evens. You're popping whatever they have on your 6th Dawn turn because of Sanji, right? And then that very next turn, it's Doflamingo time. And it's just that simple. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. And in other decks, you don't really get to ramp, remove, establish double bodies. You just don't get to do that very often. And in this deck, between the amount, because we have, if we're going first, we're looking for Zoro's priority number 1 ramper, and then after that we can also use not after, but if we don't have Zoro, we can also play Black Maria, right? And Black Maria will ramp the first time, and after that They can possibly proc your ability if nothing else that you've played that turn has, so you can keep your eyes open for that. But outside of that, they're not going to net you anymore unless your opponent has ramped up beyond yours, and then they'll at least take you to where you're at, where they're at, I mean. So yeah, Black Purple Luffy has been very fun. I feel like it just has some more polarizing matchups, good and bad. You know, there's some matchups that you're able to just blow people out of the water. Piss Kid is tough as nails to beat though. Tough. I mean, yo, we do got to get a little fucking lucky. You know what I mean? Like it's like that. And I don't like playing off of luck. If I wanted to play off luck, I'd play fucking yellow. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, we're able to still utilize the Gamma Knife, right? A calling card of the 3-piece Ploffy package. We're able to still utilize God Thread, which we really love. We're opting for 5 or 5, maybe 5. Now we're opting for 4 or 5 Call Sanji is what I was going to say. And because that's applicable, and it's our number one turn number 1 turn 3 play. And we're able to pop a body, establish a body, and it's a 6K that everybody's got to worry about, right? So, but Gum Gum Lightning is also a huge card in this deck, and it's almost only supported by this leader. I have heard friends running, Gum Gum Lightning and other decks that are not Black Purple Luffy, and while it does get rid of a card, it doesn't proc anybody else's abilities. So unless you have like a blocker kid, or that pudding, something that's going to put some Dawn, back for you, perhaps in the future. Also, like in my EBO2 list, I was showing you guys, where's that? There they are. This card works great with it because, hey, you know what I mean? You use that, and you actually wind up, if you have this leader, you wind up ramping a Dawn behind KOing a 6K or less body. But that's another story. I'm no storyteller. However, that story is becoming rapidly relevant, and it's actually something that we should be talking about because we're moving into EBO2. But anyways, we're keeping this Ploffy. So, yeah. So for everybody asking, and everybody inquiring, which one should one play? Which one should one run? I got to tell you that Black Purple Luffy, in my opinion, while it being the spiciest, while it being etc., you can see your pieces fairly consistently behind, your Rosinante, your Frankie, and you've got some cards that are going to draw you some cards, and I know that's only 8 cards, but it really does keep the cycle going. But anyhow, and especially you're not trying to see a lot of these pieces until turn 4, which is giving you 4 rounds of drawing. I think this deck's main weakness is just the fact that it's a 4-life leader. It's a 4-life leader, and so it can feel that it can get pressured out of the game. It's squishy, right? But if you can make it past those initial phases and get into, once you get into late game, once you and your leader once you and your opponent are 2 life, it don't matter if you had 10 life or 2 life. Once you're both at 2 life, it's gonna all turn into what's on the board and what continues to come to the board. You know what I mean? What's in you guys' hand and whatnot. So it's still a very healthy purple. We'll call it purple if we want. We can call it purple if we want. But it's a healthy purple ploppy package. All right, now where were we? Had to take a lunch break. Yes, we were going to get into an example of each leader going into a new happening leader in Red Green Booby Smoker. Okay, so let's go ahead and check that out. Now, the reason I chose Booby Smoker is because they've got access to all of the problematic cards in this meta right now, and they're popping fresh, they're new, they're funkadelic. All right, so we're checking out Black Purple Luffy here, and this is what you want to see right now. This is what you want to see in your hand. You want to be able to play at your Roronoa Zoro. turn one or turn two, excuse me, turn two, they made us go second this time. And then after that, you want it to be followed up with the Sanji. Okay, so it's like, yes, right now we are big city cooking. Okay, they're gonna do what they do, and we're also looking for the removal. Now, the removal isn't just Sanji, it's also Gum Gum Lightning, okay? We're drawing into our Ploffy pieces slowly but surely, all right? And we don't really have a great target for Sanji. Sanji KOs by cost, not by power. So Sanji is the best removal when going up against green, red, etc. because Sanji's the one that's going to get the job done, right? And with one-legged soldier, he can even pop an 8 or less. So we're going to swing 6 and 7. We get that 4-life leader down to 1 life, and we're feeling great. And this is what I'm talking to you guys about when you're at that certain point in the game and you've got just as much or more life than your leader. It doesn't matter that you were a 4-life leader anymore. Now it's coming down to what's on the board. I'm going to protect my Zoro feverishly because I want to put on that big city pressure. And we're doing that by even turning our blocker sideways. Now, at this juncture, I'm thinking, do I really want to swing 6? Do I want to swing 7? I swing 6. And is it one of those times where I feel like a genius or nah? Or nah? I think it's nah. It's got to be nah. Nah. And I'm a genius. I don't know why they do that. This has been a trend I've seen happening with green players. They don't give a shit. They really don't, because they get to do things like this. They're just going to play their kid. They're going to put a Rosinante and they're going to say, kiss my ass. You can't do shit about it, right? That's how they get down. That's what it is to play green. You gotta love it. I'll never stop talking shit. I never will. Okay, so now non-cost Luffy actually serves a purpose in Black Purple Luffy. And Purple Luffy, man, I could take a bullet for every 9-cost Luffy I play and still show up to work. I won't need a fucking sick day. Why? Because I don't even play one, bro. 5 games, I didn't play one, and that was just one local tournament. But I mean, like, yo, like, I haven't been playing them enough. Black Purple Luffy, absolutely. So different, you know, it's just different. Okay, so we're gonna take a hit there. We know we got a big daddy swing coming. However, they're down to 5 cards, and they're going to need to see something. They're going to need to be able to see some kind of blocker. They ain't going to just be able to skate like this, because now we got Big Daddy Luffy, and he's going to make a mommy out of that kid. Swinging there was absolutely bold. 1, because we actually don't have any fucking counter, but 2, because, yeah, Jack, there was a cold day in hell. Would you be able to swing 1K over and get rid of that Luffy like that? You're crazy. So now, you know, we're setting our shit up, and yeah, we just got to get rid of them. What the French? Is it? Yeah, I'm about to say now it's my turn. Okay. So now it's just a matter of getting rid of that that kid, and 6K over should do the job, unless that kind of shit happens. And now I'm like, well, damn, let me swing like this, okay? And now I'm like, well, damn, 6 and 6, and you ain't got that. You don't got it. So we sniff that kind of shit out. We sniff that kind of shit out by understanding what they play in their deck, what they haven't played in their deck, what they could possibly have in their hand, the amount of counter that's been coming out, etc. Okay, so but yeah, you got to see right there that little line of play, and other than that, you know, it's always gonna go Zoro to Sanji to the Dofis, and then you cook from there. This video is available for your viewing pleasure, where you can see where you know, we do get this out there, and we do get to have fun there as well. Boy, that was a doozy of a game. How's this one end? Oh, I see it right here. Oh, I see it right here, baby. Oh, I see it right here. You see what I mean when I say this is the spiciest build? And it's got like, it's super spice, okay? And it's got great matchups into great decks. And then other decks, it just doesn't fare well. It just doesn't fare well. Of course, we're gonna beat Caesar. Dofi is right up our alley. And starter deck 21. We're just able to hang and bang and just outvalue them over time, KO, etc. I mean, you put me in this position, you've got one. That ain't gonna work out for you, Jack. It just ain't gonna work out for you. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a fun ditty. So do go ahead and check out that one. That is the Ploffy list has arrived. Okay, good. I did say that right. Got a little popular, one of my more popular uploads. Let's go ahead and check out what Red Purple, that Rosi Ploffy, is doing, right? So we just got into the Booby Smoker. And this opening hand, I gotta say, I wouldn't be too crazy about this opening hand outside of the fact that you already have your Dofis. Now, with this list, what we're kind of working towards doing is we want to get a Rosinante out there. Well, first we want to ramp, of course, yeah. Then we want to get a Rosinante out there. And if Rosinante sticks, amazing. And then we drop our Shanks. So typically, if you're at your 8 Dawn turn, you ramp to 9 with your leader effect. Then you play Doflamingo into Rosinante. And then the next turn, you play out Shanks. And then you win. So, right here, we are going to be facing a little bit of turbulence because between the two booby smokers on the field, we're going to have to come up with some answers. And, they're building up that board quite nicely. And we only got 1 life left. So we're going to search here. We're going to ramp. I'm certain we've got to ramp, right? Yeah. We'll ramp later. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we ramp and we swing 6. And we're leaving 1 up, because they always have that threat of a horny ass Jones, okay? The horniest of Jones. And we're not big city chilling. We are not big city chilling. Let me repeat that. Not big city chilling. And here he comes, old bad news himself. Now, it's a high risk maneuver. They're definitely jumping off the top rope with that elbow. Macho Man Randy Savage style. Because if they don't make the most of this play, they are, in fact, giving up a life to do so, okay? So we very wisely do what we do there. And, we had to get rid of some guys, and now we're just trying to get rid of that Rosinante. We're gonna swing 9, and we got 5 cards on there. We're not worried about this. There's no fucking way they got it. Yeah, and they don't. No Dawn active, etc. Let's see what else we had in this one. The Jewelry Bonnie match is great. I mean, look, you want to go wide, you want to get it going. I mean, this is just yo. You know what I mean? They're getting the big guys out there, but we're able to keep on swinging. We're able to continue to put all the Dawn in the world right side up. I mean, look, that's me getting more Dawn up than there is available, right? So that kind of stuff is wild. Oh, they're just playing big bodies. Look at those 2 5s. You know what I mean? And they eventually just, hang that one up. The Ploffy match. So I wonder if this is no, this ain't the Ploffy where they're playing. And right here, this is where I'm experimenting with Zorojoro, because Zorojoro is, in my opinion, when there's nothing that's going to get rid of him, I mean, why the F not? Look at what we got here. Haven't even turned Zoro sideways, and we already have this many Dawn active. We're going to get to swing. We're going to get to play Rosie. Rosie's going to be able to get rid of It's to Die For. And they are at, I don't think they've got enough Dawn. Yeah, they're not even going to be able to Big Mamas. So that means Rosie's going to be sticking around. And if Rosie sticks around, that means Shanks is coming out. Oh, they can. Oh, they did. Oh, they said, hell no. We can't let you have that one. Wow, that was crazy. Well, what that did was give me 3 Dawn active. 3 life. And so now I feel very comfortable swinging with Shanks, and I just want to get rid of their card draw at that point. I could have swung for life and probably gotten something out of them. Yeah, but I chose that route. I chose that route because I do only have 3 life. Now here's the difficulty. Lucky for us, we build our deck with this kind of shit in mind, and they're not able to do anything. And they're keeping 1 up, so they're showing us that they got that Gum Gum Giant, and that's a-okay with us. We're able to do this, then we can swing 8. We can swing 8 and bait out that one and make them feel comfortable playing it. And they don't, which is cray for us. At this point, we're just going for face because we already got 2 Gum Gum Giants. We got 2 life. They've only got 2 eligible bachelors into our leader, right? And what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? I mean, they could play another Big Mom and kind of go for that, but that'd really be like punting, honestly. So they're thinking about it. Yeah, we can give him that. And we actually took it, looked like. Cool. And so, oh, yeah, this is going to be easy. This is double Uso Hachi, Miso Horning, right? I could swing Dofi just to kind of poke and see if they want to give me a blocker. Because if they give me 1 blocker, then I play 1 Uso Hachi and I save myself 3 more Dawn to put into the swing. So that's one thing to think about. Let's see. Hey, we do exactly that. It's like I've lived this before, right? So they'll go ahead and do that, right? And then guess what? Turn you both sideways, and either way, I was gonna get the value, and we essentially math them out. You know what I mean? Essentially, just math them the cuss out, and I think they're figuring it out that they don't have it because you got to give me 2 cards, and then guess what? You're not gonna get the 12 with 3 cards. That's 2, 4, 6, but no Dawn active. Yeah, you're in no man's land. So anyhow. Red purple, really good, and it goes great into, I think this is a double header with 2 different Blackbeards. But yeah, I mean, look, if you look through this match as well, we've had them with 2 Blackbeards at once, 2 Blackbeards. A lot of people, I get it. Like, you want to show like cookie cutter matches and stuff like that, but I like to get my hands dirty. We like to get our hands dirty over here at 3Ps. You know what I mean? We take training serious. And we like to show, worst case scenarios, best case scenarios, every case scenario, right? Because it's not just about what I can do when everything comes up my way. It's also what kind of holes can I dig myself out of, right? And in this match, I know I was definitely showing off just how strong Shanks is into the Blackbeard match and how manageable it makes the Blackbeard match. Because before Shanks, we could still beat Blackbeard, via ramping, going wide, and pushing our agenda kind of deal. It turns into kind of like the Ploffy match where it's many put down 2 Dofis if you can, put down 2 Dofis, and then go wide with your 5s, and or Bonclay. But in this one, if you can race the Shanks, you're big city hooping. Them boys feeling that pressure. Anyhow, let's go ahead and check out Ploffy Senior here. And this is before chapters or what? Yeah, we don't do chapters anymore. Thought I was being a good person. Anyways, we choose to go first is what happens. And this is not an ideal hand, and it's looking like an older school deck. Yeah, this is looking a little old. Let's see if we can't just get the same. Let's see if we can't get the same lessons here, right? So we ain't got no prospects. This is actually a good game to watch because we ain't got nothing that we want. We flat out don't have anything. We swung 9. Okay, we didn't even develop. This was just suck ass the game, right? And yeah, we're not happy. So I just got done talking that hot shit about how we're not showing just the best. We want to show you everything. Well, here I am. I'm going to let it all hang out here. And shit, at this point, I might wind up playing that bitch-ass Luffy. Play out a queen. Desperate for things to go our way. We actually use the queen and their ability. Queen was a card that I was using regularly, and this just abruptly stopped because just like the 9-cost Luffy, I stopped playing it. It was just never getting played. It became a 1K counter. And what's crazy about that is I was just talking about that with one of our new members, Daniel Barrett, in the members only videos. He was, talking about 9-cost Luffy. And I was saying, yeah, and the great thing about doing well with your deck and realizing that a card that you're running 3 of, etc., isn't even doing anything. It isn't even pulling its weight. It's just discard fodder for Gum Gum Giant. Hey, yo, that's a great sign. That means 1, you're already doing well. Kudos to you. 2, you've got 3. You've got 2 between 2 and 4, cards in your deck that you can switch out and really make something impactful, really improve upon. So as great and consistent as Purple Luffy, as Ploffy has become, we will be making it even gooder. So stand by for that. Here we are getting to put out the Duffel manga. We're getting rid of the Gamma Knife because right now we do not see a kid out yet, and we do see 2 Senor Pinks in our hand. So we do know that we can cycle that Gamma Knife right back, and we're kind of just waiting for what they're gonna do next, right? We know what's to come. But I mean, look, bro, this is why I chose the Booby Smoker, because the buffoonery. Like, every Dawn gets active. Nobody can get popped. Nobody can get KO'd. Nothing can happen to nobody. I mean, God bless. It's crazy. It's crazy. Here comes Booby Smoker Senior. You know what I mean? Let's see what they got for us. Okay, are they gonna turn like all the Dawn up? Yeah, they're gonna turn all the Dawn active, which is great. Like, just keep going. Why stop there? Are you sure? You sure you don't want to turn? Can't you turn another one up? I don't know. Anyhow, so they're gonna go ahead and swing at us. We get to ramp, which is great for the Dofi stuff. And yeah, we can give that in a 2K. Yeah, we keep that on the board. Cool. And we're just waiting for something to happen. We could take that 9. Yeah, we take the 9. And now it's our turn to set some shit up. I actually might be playing a big loof. Look at me talking all that shit, and I finally actually play a big loof. No way, am I? I sure as fuck do, baby. We sure do. All right, so we're just gonna put on that pressure, and we're trying to force their hand. You know what I mean? Literally. Now we're gonna probably wind up keeping that queen open just because we need something to block against that Booby Smoker. If they have a horny ass Jones, they can turn both of our Dons sideways, but queen would still be up. They don't care. They're gonna do wall kid. There's brain has disengaged. They don't even need their brain stem to control their breathing. Like, they don't need to breathe. They don't need to think. They don't need to blink their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't need to do shit anymore. Just walk it for the win. There, walk it out. Now walk it out. Yeah, that's all they do. They said west side walk it out. North side walk it out. God bless. Walk it out, motherfucker. We are doing the dance of life to keep from getting to 0, right? We got plenty of 2Ks, but this is the position that you find yourself in often with Luffy. You got all the cards in the world. Give him, oh shit, yeah, we just give him a little blocky block right there. Not worried about that. Now, this is where it gets interesting. We want to put up that Senor Pink, right? And we've got a cast that can swing into this thing, a full cast. And while we can't KO nobody, we sure as hell can weaken them and just swing. They only got 4 cards, so yeah, you're gonna have to give me some stuff, brother. Yeah. Okay, so they just go ahead. They're ringing the dinner bell. It's getting a little real. Okay, now I got 9. You got 9? You ain't got 9. You ain't got 12. I guarantee it. And if you still got something after that, you ain't happy. They were gonna get that 6 afterwards. But damn, look at me playing out Queen. Look at me playing out Luffy. You know what I'm saying? And then of course, the goated one. Yeah, here we go. Right here. Let's say 2 kids, no problem. This play was dirty or dirty. Where we at? Yeah, we play one right there. Swing into it. Yeah, you ain't got it. You ain't got it. Give it up. Then we play out another Senor Pink. Yeah, they ain't got it. Chill. You know you ain't got it. I'm gonna swing 7 into this one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 2 kids. Walk it out. Now walk it out. Walk it out. Get them out of here, bro. They ain't had that shit. They were taking forever, bro. Taking forever. Get them out of here. Why did that one? Why did it end like that? Shit, was that the end of the video? They just quit? God bless. Anyways, so yeah, let's go ahead and end that right there. So you have a couple different looks, right? And oh, I actually didn't get to like kind of bounce around the Ploffy per se. But yeah, you got this one, and you know we're going up against Blackbeard, and you know we're just big city against Blackbeard, big city hooping. You know, you do this, and they do that, but it don't matter. You know what I mean? It don't matter. We're drawing cards that we're not gonna use, and we're closing the game out. You know what I mean? You can only block so many. So. Yeah, Purple Luffy is very consistent, but we still got some more room for improvement, and that makes it so much more promising. So, anyhow, yeah, let's bring it over to the gists of the lists. So, yeah, this is where we are with Mlack Ploffy, and I do see us. Of course, y'all saw yesterday's video where this is what it's looking like now, and I do like where the identity has been evolving. You know what I mean? And where we're at right now with, let's see, Sangoro Ploffy. Thinking of doing this and doing that. I mean, just as simple as that. As simple as that. Reason why? Why? How come? Why come? Well, because Nami provides that block. Okay? Duh. But like, there's times where we get some growing pains. Sometimes you get some growing pains. All right. Sometimes you, between the cards you search and the life you take, you and the cards you draw, you still ain't seen your big Dofi play, right? And you want a Dofi into Rosi or Senor Pink at the very least, right? You want these things, but you don't get them, right? So you got 9 Dawn, and what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with 9 Dawn? And you got Rosi and Onami in your hand. I'll tell you exactly what you're gonna do. You can play out, once you're done swinging with everything, of course, and you're ready to develop, you can play out Onami, right? And we can trash whatever you don't think you're going to be using. Okay, cool. You draw 2 cards. Great. Of those 2 cards, did you draw some events that you're not going to use? Great, cool. Now you play out Rosinante, you trash an event, and you drew 2 more cards. And so you drew 4 cards, you got rid of 2 cards you were comfortable getting rid of, and Nami will get rid of any card, right? Any card. And then you've gotten 4 more cards. You've got a 5-for-6 body that's going to put 2 Dawn active. You've got a blocker that they got to deal with. And did I mention that you get to draw 4 cards, which should solve your problem? If drawing 4 cards doesn't solve your problem, I don't think that's your problem to solve. Not to mention, if you have a Sangoro already established, because, you know, we talked about this. A lot of times we got Sangoro established already. And when we're at that 8 Dawn, we swing with them before we even play out our Doflamingo, right? So in that case, you would have got 1 card there, 2 cards there, 2 cards there. That's 5 cards. That's 1/10 of your fucking deck, okay? Like, God bless, all right? So yeah, that's, and we get the blocker. And, you know, if they want to pop Rosinante, cool. You're still going to have to get around this blocker. You want to pop this blocker or do something, what we're doing is we're speaking for their hand. We're speaking for their turn. So if you wanted to run 3, cool. If you want to run 4 and take away somebody here, that's cool. Another option I've been thinking about is that Magellan, bro. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, we could possibly go down, get rid of, you know, 1 God Thread, and, you know, Magellan throws off everybody off their curb. And let me tell you, if they get thrown off the curb, they never see Shanks. They never see, they'll probably see Kid walk it out, but by the time they see him, is it, you know what I mean? But they'll definitely throw him off curb early and often. Some people like to wait till they get to 10 Dawn and then drop 2 of these. I don't think that's the play in this meta. I think you want to play it early and often as possible. But that's another lovely alternative. And I think with red hair Ploffy, we're not, it's not that we're locked in. We're still smoking things over and stuff as well. Maybe we could go back to 4 God thread. Zoro, it's a little safe for him, but not as safe. Mulgun is great, but of course it's not you can't bring it back like you can Gamma Knife and what have you. And then that black purple Luffy, like I said, I think black purple Luffy's about spoken for. But anyhow, that's enough yapping out of me. You guys do go in the comments down below and let me know what's your thought. Who's your favorite Ploffy? Is it the strongest? Is it the yeah, let's do that. Who's your favorite Ploffy? Is it the strongest Ploffy? Is it the most consistent Ploffy? Is it the spiciest Ploffy? You know what I'm saying? Like, which is it for y'all? But yeah, do smash that like button, finger pop that subscribe, turn on the bell, go down in the comments, let me know what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, what would you be doing differently. I will be going live Thursday, so Thursday I'm going live. See you guys there. Peace.
Stuck up in it. Stuck in it. I'm stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang. For the love of the money and fame, I can tell I never could change. I said I'm stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang. For the love of the money and fame, I can tell I never